Friends, we live in a world of choices. Every day we are faced with decisions that shape our lives, from the mundane to the monumental. Toothpaste, politicians, brands of mayonnaise with increasingly specific flavors. The options are endless, and each choice carries its own weight. But choices also mean decisions, and decisions mean influence. Every decision we make is influenced by countless factors, often unseen. Enter the slippery slope of dark rhetoric. This is where the power of influence can take a darker turn. Dark rhetoric is persuasion's evil twin, twisting words to manipulate and mislead. It's a subtle art, often cloaked in charisma and charm. It's the art of using language not to enlighten, but to obscure, to nudge you towards a choice, not because it's right, but because someone wants you to think it is. It's about creating confusion and doubt. Honest persuasion is a good lawyer, laying out the facts, letting you decide. It respects your intelligence and your ability to make informed decisions. Dark rhetoric? That's the slick defense attorney whispering doubts, playing on your fears. It's about exploiting your vulnerabilities. In the business world, this translates to using language to bypass logic and appeal to base instincts, fear, greed, insecurity. It's a powerful tool, often used to sway opinions and drive decisions in ways that are not always in our best interest. Now, you might be thinking, Stephen, I'm no rube. I can spot a con a mile away. But dark rhetoric is sneaky, like a ninja in a boardroom, whispering sweet nothings of urgency and exclusivity. Let's break down a few of their favorite weapons, shall we? Fear-mongering. Don't be the only schmuck on your block without our product. Scare tactics. If you don't switch to our insurance, one tiny fender bender could bankrupt you. Exaggeration. This revolutionary toaster oven will change your life. Emotional appeals. Don't you want the best for your family? Then buy our overpriced minivan. False dichotomies. You can either stick with your boring old phone plan or join the future with our groundbreaking data package. Why would any respectable business stoop to such shenanigans? Because it works. In the cutthroat arena of commerce, the pressure to succeed can be intoxicating. Dark rhetoric offers the allure of quick wins. A well-placed fear-mongering campaign can send customers flocking like sheep to a new product. A sprinkle of false urgency can clear out inventory faster than a clearance sale. When profits are at stake, some businesses are more than willing to bend the truth. But here's the thing. Short-term gains often come with long-term consequences. In the court of public opinion, reputation is everything. Some folks might argue that it's all fair game in love and marketing, that a little exaggeration never hurt anyone, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that's like saying a little white lie never hurts. The problem with dark rhetoric is that it erodes trust, the very foundation of any healthy relationship. Once that trust is broken, it's harder to rebuild than a sandcastle after a tsunami. Some might argue that in extreme cases, like public service announcements, a little fear-mongering might be necessary. But even then, it's a slippery slope. One man's important message is another man's manipulative propaganda. The bottom line? When it comes to dark rhetoric, the ethical tightrope is about as thin as a politician's promise. Section 5. Guiding Lights, Ethical Persuasion in the Business World. So if dark rhetoric is off the table, how can businesses ethically persuade their customers? This is a crucial question in today's competitive market. It all boils down to a simple concept: honesty. Honesty is the cornerstone of any ethical persuasion strategy. Ethical persuasion is about transparency. Transparency builds trust and fosters long-term relationships. It's about highlighting the genuine benefits of your product or service without resorting to cheap tricks or emotional manipulation. This means being upfront about what your product can and cannot do. It's about treating your customers like intelligent adults who can make up their own minds. Respecting their ability to make informed decisions is key. Here are a few guiding principles for ethical persuasion. These principles can help you navigate the complex landscape of business ethics. Focus on facts. Back up your claims with evidence, not just hype. Facts and data should be the foundation of your persuasive efforts. Emphasize genuine benefits. Highlight how your product or service solves real problems. Real solutions create real value. Respect your audience's intelligence. Avoid condescending language. Speak to them as equals. Be transparent about limitations. No product or service is perfect. Acknowledging flaws can actually build credibility. Offer genuine value. Make sure your product or service delivers on its promises. Consistently delivering value is the best way to build trust. Ethical persuasion is about building trust, not exploiting it. Trust is the foundation of any successful business relationship. Section 6. Building empires on trust. The long-term costs of deception. Some might scoff at the idea of ethics in business, dismissing it as an outdated concept in today's fast-paced world. They might say it's a dog-eat-dog world out there and nice guys finish last. In such a competitive environment, they argue, only the ruthless survive. But taking the low road might get you ahead in the short term, but in the long run, it's a surefire way to crash and burn. The initial gains are often overshadowed by long-term losses. Would you trust a used car salesman who's known for inflating prices and peddling lemons? Of course not. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. When businesses rely on dark rhetoric, they're essentially taking out a loan on their reputation. This loan comes with high interest, and the debt is hard to repay. They might enjoy a temporary boost in sales, but eventually the truth will out. The initial spike in profits is often followed by a steep decline. Customers will wise up, word will spread, and that carefully constructed facade of trustworthiness will crumble. Negative experiences shared by customers can be more damaging than any financial loss, and the consequences can be devastating. Businesses may face not only financial ruin, but also a tarnished reputation that can take years to rebuild, if ever. Section 7. Transparency as a competitive advantage, honesty in the marketplace. So, if dark rhetoric is a dead end, what's the alternative? Honesty. In a world saturated with spin and manipulation, authenticity is a breath of fresh air. When businesses are upfront and honest with their customers, it sets them apart from the competition. Transparency builds trust, and trust is the foundation of loyalty. When customers feel like they can trust a business, they're more likely to become repeat customers and brand advocates. In a crowded marketplace, transparency can be a powerful competitive advantage. Section 8. The verdict, choosing integrity in the age of spin. So, there you have it, folks. The case for and against dark rhetoric in the business world. The prosecution has presented its case, highlighting the manipulative tactics and ethical pitfalls. The defense has made its arguments, emphasizing the seductive allure of quick wins. But ultimately, the verdict rests with you, the consumer. Every time you make a purchase, you're casting a vote for the kind of business practices you support. Will you reward businesses that rely on manipulation and deception? Or will you choose to support those that value honesty and transparency? Remember, in the long run, integrity always wins.